What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Austin JK, and I'm back again with another video. And today we're going to be discussing, what the title says. We're just going to look into this crazy idea of the United States purchasing Greenland. Our president has mentioned it, thrown out the idea, seen if it's stuck. The idea that we can own and purchase the country of Greenland. Initial thoughts. That's such an irrational idea, but I want to do some research and see if I can understand the logic behind it. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So apparently, Vice President and the second lady are planning on visiting. So I just want to see what's going on with that.
Of the world's biggest island, despite the country's leaders saying it'll never happen. The VP and Second Lady clearly feeling the Arctic freeze because they are now changing their travel plans, reducing the chance that they'll actually cross paths with all the angry Greenlanders who don't want them there. Jeffrey Gettleman is a foreign correspondent with the New York Times. He's been tracking this, writing about it. He's been there. Jeffrey, you just spent 12 days in Greenland, traveling the island. You shared your experience on the Daily podcast. What do you think about what's going on?
I think it's really interesting. It seems like the Trump administration keeps putting pressure on Greenland because, as Trump has said, he wants to get it one way or the other. But all their
I don't think we'll take it. I think it'll be a bad optic for America since we're like the world's police, even though that's changing on a consistent basis under this administration. We might buy it. Sure, it's probably worth a lot of money. Think about it. We bought Alaska for millions. It might be worth it. We're already 35 trillion or however much we are in debt. What's another 20 trillion? That's how I look at it. But we'll see.
Their efforts so far just seem to backfire and push the Greenlanders farther away from the U.S. and make them less interested in joining the U.S.
So the U.S. obsession for Greenland isn't new. We've talked about that. I mean, it's something that's been floating out there since the 1800s. So why do you think Trump is so obsessed with this, this time around?
I think that's like a great question. When he first brought this up in 2019 in his first term, a lot of people were like, what's he talking about? Greenland? It just sort of fell flat and there was no understanding of the history. And a lot of us just were surprised. But as you said, the U.S. has made many attempts since the 1860s to acquire Greenland. It's been part of Denmark for more than 300 years, but it's actually in North America. And the capital of Greenland is closer to Washington than it is to the capital of Denmark, Copenhagen. So there are reasons why American leadership has eyed Greenland as this big piece of territory, not too far from the U.S., a stepping stone between Europe and the United States, as a place that they want to be better connected to be more closely connected to. And I think Trump initially came into it with this in mind. He's a real estate guy, and he was looking at it as the three prime rules of real estate: location, location, location. More recently, though, we've heard interest in minerals. Greenland has a lot of minerals. It has iron, copper, platinum, lithium, lots of stuff that's very valuable right now. But they're really hard to get because they're buried under ice. Most of the island is blocked in by ice along the sea for most of the year. There's not many roads. And so exactly like how to make Greenland a really productive part of the United States, he hasn't explained that.
So you said that Trump has overplayed his hand with Greenland. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that all the efforts they've made so far have just not worked, and they've actually pushed Greenlanders farther away, created more resentment, more animosity, and most importantly, more fear. Greenlanders are scared of the United States. They think that the US is going to swallow them up and they're going to lose what little autonomy they've achieved from Denmark. And so the first thing that happened was Trump sent his son, Don.
I think I understand that. I think the best, honestly, pay them all like, give them like some bread, give them like 1 million, give them the complete ownership of the property they have. They already own. Give them like 1 million each or something for all the people. Do what you gotta do. If it's truly a strategic move, that's my opinion on it. Whether it be for defense, military reasons, to check what's going on in the Arctic Circle, give it like a sort of additional leverage and additional check on the Russian expansion and Chinese cooperation in the North Pole and the Atlantic Arctic region, or whether it be for minerals. Just give them the money. Some people won't take it, but you start offering money, one by one, they're gonna start taking it. So go that route. No need for armed conflict or military takeover. I don't think that's a likelihood. So I don't think they should be scared.
Jr. in January. That visit didn't go over very well. He had these social media influencers with him that were passing out $100 bills on the streets. And there's a video of one Greenlandic guy just ripping up the bill saying, "You can't buy us. This is offensive."
I didn't see that. I didn't see that video. I seen the other aspects of it where some people weren't for the video, for America buying it at all. However, there were some that were. This is all interesting to me. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never know.
And then he talks about sending this high-level delegation to this dog race this week, which is one of their more cherished traditions, and they weren't invited. The Vances, the second lady, Usha Vance, the wife of J.D. Vance, wanted to go to the race, and the organizers said, "We never invited her." And so now it just seems like every time the U.S. reaches out, it just doesn't produce the intended
Can't get in the
effect.
club. It's tough.
Jeffrey Gettleman, great to read.
So yeah, guys. So that's consistently developing story in the current news. Not sure whether this will successfully happen. If it's just throwing something at a wall, seeing what will stick. Whether it be actually for military reasons, financial reasons, what the motive is, I'm not in his mind. However, this can affect myself and those that come after me. So it is interesting. I recommend that everyone pay attention to the moves that's being made politically in our society, because it will have a lasting impact on our lives as we are. If you're anything my age, we're fairly young. So it's just interesting, and we'll see how this goes. But like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.